Hello, I'm Erica Nicole, and you're watching Rooted and Rich. And today I want to talk to you about why you don't need more money, you need clarity. Have you ever said, if I just made more money, everything would be all right? Or if I hit the lottery, I would quit working and everything would just be perfect. You know, lottery winners, they win all the time, and a year later, they're broke. And so I believe as Americans, those in America, we don't have a money problem. We have a clarity problem. And today I'm going to give you three reasons why you need more clarity in your finances, not just more money. So the first reason is more money doesn't fix mismanagement. So if you don't know where your money is going, if you don't tell your money where to go, it will disappear. You won't have it. A budget is not a restriction. It is a guide. It is a plan for you to tell your money where to go. And so if you don't have a habit of paying yourself first or living below your means or planning for your irregular expenses, having an emergency fund, you're never ever going to, no amount of money is ever going to make you feel good if you don't have that clarity in your finances. So we have to start telling our money where to go because mismanagement, more money won't fix mismanagement. The second reason is poor habits scale with more income. This means that if you blow $4,000, you will blow $6,000 a month. You will blow $8 or $10,000 money. There are plenty of people making 100,000, 200,000, 400,000 that feel broke, that live paycheck to paycheck, that is robbing Peter to pay Paul. Because if you don't fix your money problems when you're making 50K, you will have the same problems at a larger scale at 100K. And just think about it, lifestyle inflation. You know, you get a bigger car, more cars, bigger car payment. You know, you get more subscriptions. You get a bigger house. You have more financial stress because now instead of being worried about a $5,000 credit card, you have a $20,000 credit card or a $20,000 credit card debt instead of 5,000. So money problems scale. As you get more money, you get more problems because people will they will loan you more money. You will get bigger credit card limits. You'll get bigger credit card limits when you have more money. And so the problems magnify, causing more stress and more anxiety. As somebody making 400,000 or $200,000 a year, how much pressure, how much anxiety, how much stress they have, and find out that they got the same pressure and stress at a higher level than you do, making just 50 or 60 or 75K a year. So that's problem number two, is that problem number one is that, you know, more money doesn't fix mismanagement. Problem number two is problems do scale. And then problem number three is your mindset determines your financial ceiling. And so as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And so if you have a poverty mindset, money, you say, I'm always broke, or, you know, I'm never going to get ahead. You know, you have a fear-based decision making. You're always making your decisions out of fear and anxiety and out of survival. You know, you're never going to live a rich life. You're never going to be wealthy with a poverty mindset, because a poverty mindset leads to poverty. A rich and wealthy mindset leads to riches and wealth. And so you have to start to shift your mindset, because you can only go as high as your ceiling is. As high as your mindset is, if you think you can't, you can't. And if you think you can, you will. Eventually, you know, you'll get there. And so one of the things that we have to do if we want more money is to reframe our mindset and bring clarity to what we want and shift our mindset from a poverty mindset into a rich mindset. And this means thinking long term, not just short term, not just thinking about today's needs, but tomorrow needs. You'll see that the poor, they focus a lot on like what they're going to wear and what they're going to eat and, entertainment. They don't think a lot about investing, retirement planning. They don't think strategically or long term about how they're going to, be living 10 years from now. They're always in the now. How I'm going to do this today, how I'm going to do that tomorrow. They're very short sighted. They don't have delayed gratification. When you want to have a rich mindset, you're going to have to delay some things. There's a great podcast that I listen to. It's called Afford Anything Podcast. And the premise of that podcast is you can afford anything, but you cannot afford everything. And everything has an opportunity cost, meaning that TV you bought today that you didn't need on Black Friday cost you something for tomorrow. And sometimes with money, it's really hard to think about the opportunity cost of money because it's not like you making the decision right then and there. It's not like somebody says like, hey, do you want to buy this outfit or do you want an extra $100,000 in your retirement account? Nobody tells you, nobody puts those two options together. And I'm not saying an outfit equals $100,000, but I'm saying it's the little things added up that you spend money on that you could be putting in a retirement account, or you could be investing in a brokerage account, or you could have that emergency fund. It's the little things that eat up your wealth and add up that you could be putting away for your future, but you don't. So just delaying that gratification and really thinking about what is the things that I'm doing costing me can save you a lot. And that is a part of your mindset shift. And then you have confidence in your money management. If you don't think that you can manage money, money will prove you right. If you don't think you can manage money, you can't. You don't. It'll prove you right every single time. And so we have to get confident, not just ignorant reassurance like, oh, everything will be all right, without doing any steps to learn about money, but actually trying to learn and seek guidance, read books, stay with this channel long enough for it to grow you and help you. And so I hope that you realize today that you might be focusing on the wrong things. You might be focusing on a promotion. Society says work 2 jobs, go for a promotion, and try to make as much money as you can, but it doesn't talk about clarity, knowing your priorities, knowing your numbers, knowing your next financial move. What is your next financial move? What move are you making? 2026 is here. What have you shifted in 2026 to make sure you achieve your financial goals? Have you set any financial goals? And I have a video coming out, or might be out already, talking about not just having goals, but having systems. What system have you put in place for 2026 to ensure that you meet that goal? This is so important, you guys. You don't need another dime. You need clarity. And I won't say you don't need another dime, because all of us can use an extra dime, especially in this economy. But until you manage what you have effectively, you'll never know what to do with the more. You'll never put the more into good places. When you get that extra money, it'll feel like you have no money, because you're still doing the same habits, the same things that made you feel broke at $50,000 is going to still have you feeling broke at $100,000. So I implore you today, in order to feel your money and to feel like you're moving the needle in your financial plan, get clarity, get a budget, put your dollars to know where your dollars are going, and put your dollars to work for you. Pay yourself first. Get clarity and alignment of what you're spending. Delay that gratification. Do what it takes in order to have success, not just today, but tomorrow. Not to just feel good for today, but to feel good 10 years from now. Let your older self thank you today, because you decided that, hey, I'm going to gain clarity in my finances, and I'm not going to keep complaining about what I don't have, but I'm going to gain clarity. I'm going to put every dollar, I'm going to give every dollar a name, and I'm going to tell it where to go. Because if you don't tell that money where to go, it will disappear. Name your money, tell it where to go, and see how much more you feel wealthy. See how much more confidence you have when you have an emergency fund, when you have a fully funded 6-month emergency fund, when you're actively putting in your retirement every pay period, when you are investing in index funds or ETFs, when you have really mastered your money and you have a solid plan for your long-term goals as well as your medium and short-term goals. See how much you feel and tell me if a number really truly made the difference or if that clarity began to shift the things for you. If you are new here, I ask that you go ahead and give a thumbs up if you like the video. And if you didn't, you can give a thumbs down too. But let me know your thoughts in the comment. What do you need to clarify in your money today so that when you get more money, you already have the things in place to make sure that money is felt and is directed in the places that are most meaningful for you and that will have a long lasting impact on your future success and your wealth. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.